I am so glad you are here. It is Herby Thursday in my world, and we are talking about Urtica dioica, or nettles. Stinging nettles, common nettles. There's all kinds of fun names for this little beauty. This is what it looks like when the herbal part is harvested dried in what's called cut and sifted form. And you can see it's associated with Mars and fire. That's because it's got stingers. If you go harvest this yourself live, which I encourage you to do actually, wear gloves. Even wear gloves that come up a little bit. And I don't mean flimsy gloves. I mean gloves that those little hairs that are on the nettles cannot get through and bite you because they sting hard. It is not a fun feeling. Are there herbs nearby that will help you? Probably. But you would want an herb growing near the nettles that's known for helping to relieve those stings because there will have been some chemical communication between the two plants through the soil, which is amazing to me. But it affects how each of them grows, and it gets those healing herbs from the stings to be programmed for that specific patch of nettles. Now, that said, if you are going to wild harvest, don't take more than 30% if you're the only person harvesting from that area with your gloves on. There are people who can pick nettles without gloves, but I'm not daring you to try it. But why would you? It's a food and it's delicious. Do not eat it raw. That would be bad. And at some point, somebody must have freeze dried it and tried it that way. Don't do that either. Freeze drying does not destroy the stinger. But dried, just traditionally dried herb, that the stinger is gone on. Nobody had to do anything special, so neither will you if you harvest it in the wild. All you have to do is dry it, and the stinger goes away. Now, if you've got it fresh and you don't have the space, the time, or the desire to dry it, you can cook it. You can, leaving your gloves on, give it a little quick chop, give it a little quick stir fry. Stingers will be gone if you cook the herb. It also makes a green plant dye, by the way. It's a fun plant to dye with. It makes a delightful dye. Fades, but delightful, unless you're using mordants. But having been associated with Mars and with fire, it is definitely an herb to add to magical work to give it some drive, some oomph, some extra power. And it has been so prized historically that Roman soldiers legendarily took it with them everywhere so that they could plant it and get it naturalized to wherever they went, particularly when they went to northern climates, because legend says you're sleeping in a flimsy tent because it's your first little time period being up in this northern climate that you're trying to conquer, and you're going to wake up with numb feet because you're not equipped for this weather. You go outside, you grab a handful of nettles with their bare hand because you're a mighty Roman soldier, and you beat the lower portion of your legs and your feet to get feeling to come back into them. The stingers have been used medicinally, but it's a painful process for most of us. It is, however, fairly high in protein for a plant and highly nutritive. So people have loved it for that. They've loved it for the help it can give skin issues and kidney issues throughout history. That said, though, if you have serious kidney issues, this works by kind of forcing your kidneys to do a little extra hard work. If they're already working extra hard or they can't handle the hard work, this is not your friend. No, no, no. We've got a warning on here. If you're diabetic, have low blood pressure, serious kidney problems, pregnant, breastfeeding, this might not be your best choice. See somebody about it first. Don't guess in those cases. And it does interact with quite a few medications. Not the most I've ever seen, but quite a few. But if you're dealing with some skin issues or gout, or, and by skin issues, I'm talking like eczema, psoriasis, that kind of thing, nettles can be helpful. And it has, because of its high protein content, a fairly like meaty or umami sort of flavor to it that can make it really tasty for some people. If it's not your cup of tea, and I do have an herbal student, it's not her cup of tea, and we're all good. But if you like the taste, toss a handful into a soup or a stew. We do that all the time at my house. I have a spice jar. with nettles so that I will just sprinkle it into smaller servings of things. It's delicious. It's delightful. And it's a reasonable herb to try in teas and food. Always check your safety, but enjoy nettles if it's one that you might be able to reach for and have fun with. Have an amazing week, everyone, and thank you for being your amazing magical you. Everyone here at the store loves that about you, of course, and we all appreciate the little magical things you can do right here in social media land. I know you know what those are. Go for it. Push that little button. And hopefully you get to see us here soon, even tomorrow. We'll be doing Stone Down Friday, or on the website, magusbooks.com, or here in the shop in Northeast Minneapolis. Have an amazing week again. Blessed be.